फर्स्ट ट्रैक है नहीं?
What dear students? Am I audible?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
बच्चे पुकार रहा था मेरे को, मैं खुद नहीं मालूम था, झूठ था। चलो the next heading बेटा, force of buoyancy, force of your buoyancy, or we can say upthrust, or you can say upthrust. Okay, see here, you might have been seen all the first year students, second year के बच्चों को, long term के बच्चों को तो थोड़ा rough idea रहेगा. Whenever you what do you call that one, take a football or any rubber and try to immerse it into the water, so a plastic body will never get immersed. With whatever force you are immersing in the front, in the downward direction, the water will exert equal amount of the force in the upward direction. So the force exerted by the water in the upward direction is called as of your upthrust, or also called as of your buoyancy. So I can say that buoyancy is equal to weight displaced, is equal to your weight of your displaced liquid. Buoyancy is equal to what beta? Weight of your displaced liquid. यानी जितना liquid displace होता उसके बराबर buoyancy होता. Basically buoyancy is equal to weight of your displaced liquid. यानी upthrust will be equal to your upthrust is equals to your volume immersed into density of liquid into G. Is that clear? Upthrust का formula क्या है? Upthrust is equals to volume immersed into your volume immersed into density of liquid into your G. Is that clear?
Yes,
VI
sir.
क्या है बेटा? VI is
Yes,
nothing
sir.
but of your VI is your volume of liquid displaced. Volume of your liquid displaced. And rho L is nothing but equal to density of liquid. Rho L is nothing but what beta? Density of your liquid. Okay, no same way. और एक पॉइंट लिख लो, for flotation, for flotation यानी कोई बॉडी अगर फ्लोट हो रही है, force of your buoyancy, force of your buoyancy, or I can say upthrust, or your upthrust must balance weight of solid, weight of your solid. यानी volume immersed, density of liquid into your G must be equal to weight of liquid, that is M into G. So these are the some of the basics you need to do, or you need to remember for doing the problems related to your fluids part or liquids part affiliation. So what do you mean by force of a buoyancy, beta? Force of a buoyancy is equal to weight of a displaced liquid. So upthrust is equals to volume immersed into density of liquid into G. VI is known as volume of liquid displaced. Rho L is nothing but density of liquid. And for flotation, whenever you are talking about flotation, buoyant force or upward force must be equal to weight of the body. Must be equal to weight of your body. The next one is nothing but apparent weight. और एक वर्ड आता है इसके अंदर अपने को apparent weight. Apparent weight. पूरा बेसिक करा रहा हूं बेटा. आई एम नॉट लिविंग एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस वन. सो apparent weight किसको बोलते हैं? देखो बेटा, weight of solid, ऊपर लिख लेता हूं, weight of solid. अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ बेटा, आवाजें सुनाई दे रही है आपके तरफ से. सो weight of solid when immersed, weight of solid when immersed in a liquid, in a liquid is called apparent weight. Is called what? Apparent weight. Is called your apparent weight. So weight of the solid when immersed in the liquid. एक फुटबॉल लाके अगर हम लोग पानी में डुबा दें उसके अंदर, तो क्या उसका वेट जितना एयर में है और वाटर में सेम रहेगा? नहीं रहेगा ना. So that difference in the weight is called as of your apparent weight. So weight of the solid when immersed in a liquid is called as of your apparent weight. Is called as of your apparent weight. यानी weight in your air, weight in your air is equals to, कैसे लिखते हैं हम लोग? m into g. अगर weight in liquid लिख रहे हैं हम लोग, weight in your liquid is equals to m into g, that is weight in air minus of your upthrust, minus of your upthrust. So weight in your air, weight in your air minus weight in your liquid, weight in your liquid will be equal to your F upthrust. ठीक है ना? So we can write like this. So upthrust is equals to weight in air minus weight in liquid. In case of solid, if it is immersed completely in the liquid, वॉल्यूम ऑफ द लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड इज द वॉल्यूम ऑफ ए सॉलिड बेटा. वो कंडीशन याद रखना है इसके अंदर. तो कभी भी हम लोग अपरेंट वेट निकाल रहे हैं तो क्या लिखेंगे? वेट इन एयर इज mg, वेट ऑफ लिक्विड विल बी इक्वल टू हाउ मच बेटा? वेट इन एयर माइनस अपथ्रस्ट. यानी वेट इन एयर माइनस वेट इन लिक्विड इज नथिंग बट अ अपथ्रस्ट एक्टिंग ऑन द गिवन बॉडी. इन केस ऑफ सॉलिड, इन केस ऑफ सॉलिड, और से मान के चलो, in this case solid is immersed, solid is immersed completely in liquid, completely in your liquid, completely in your liquid. So volume of liquid displaced, so volume of liquid displaced is volume of solid, is volume of your solid. इतना याद रखना है बेटा. अगर पूरा solid impress हो गया basically, then how do you write the relation for this one? ठीक है ना? So weight in air minus weight in liquid is upthrust in the liquid part. So what is an apparent weight beta? Weight of the solid when immersed in the liquid is called as of your apparent weight. In case the solid is completely immersed in a liquid, then volume of the liquid displaced will be equal to what beta? Volume of your solid. अगर पूरा immerse हो गया, then we can say that volume of your liquid displaced is volume of your solid. ठीक है ना? So
Yes,
weight
sir.
in liquid is nothing but weight in air minus upthrust. Weight of the body when it is been floating is nothing but equal to your FB part of relation. Now if I am talking about the temperature, देखो ये very important है. Effect of temperature on upthrust, temperature on your upthrust. अगर लिक्विड का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज हुआ तो अपथ्रस्ट क्या हो जाएगा? ओके, अब ये देखो कंडीशन. कल मैंने आपको बताया था, when temperature increases by delta theta due to expansion in volume, due to expansion, volume of body क्या हो जाएगा? इंक्रीज होगा, डिक्रीज होगा? Volume of body will increase,
Increase, sir.
increase. while density क्या हो जाएगा?
Decrease, sir.
Density of your liquid, density of
Decrease.
will decrease. Density of liquid will decrease. यानी buoyant force will be equal to rho into V into G. So this will be your initial upthrust. Initial upthrust. Okay. After rise in temperature, after rise in temperature, temperature बढ़ाने से पहले buoyant force was equals to how much beta? Rho into V into G. Rho into V into your G part of relation right now. Clear for everyone? Now,
Yes,
after
sir.
rise in temperature,
Sir.
buoyant force will be equal to FB dash is equals to density of liquid will change, volume of the body will change, into G will be remaining same. Isn't it? So change in liquid, rho dash at some temperature is given by rho divided by 1 plus gamma of your liquid into your delta theta into this one. Rise in volume, change in volume will be equal to your V into 1 plus gamma of your solid into delta theta, because V dash is nothing but what beta? Volume of your body. V dash is nothing but volume of your body. That is the reason gamma of your solid लिख रहा हूं into your G part deflation. ये हो गया मेरे को FB dash. फिर से एक बार देखो, after rise in temperature, change in density is represented by rho dash is equals to rho by 1 plus gamma of liquid into delta T. V dash is associated with the body or solid, so it is V dash is equals to original volume into 1 plus gamma of your body or solid into delta T into your G. So एक equation है, एक equation, इन दोनों को divide कर लो right now. So FB dash divided by your FB will be equal to your how much? देखो यहाँ पर rho V, ये देखो rho VG, I can write as of your FB beta, वो तो cancel हो जाएगा सीधा सीधा, isn't it? So this being this one and this one get cancelled. So remaining will become how much for me? 1 plus gamma of your solid into delta theta divided by 1 plus gamma of your liquid into your delta theta. ठीक है? So this will be the relation. ये अपने को याद रखना है for your exams. ठीक है ना? यहाँ पर देखो. Now, as gamma of your solid is lesser than your gamma of your liquid, that means buoyant force, that is FB dash, will be lesser than of your buoyant before rising the temperature. That means with rise in temperature, upthrust decreases. Upthrust क्या हो जाएगा? Decrease हो जाएगा. Upthrust will decreases and weight of body in liquid increases. Weight of the body in liquid increases, isn't it? See here,
Yes, sir.
gamma of your solid will be lesser than the gamma of your liquid. Gamma of your solid will be lesser than of your gamma of your liquid part of relation, isn't it? That is the reason agar gamma of a solid is lesser than gamma of a liquid, obviously buoyant force FB dash will be lesser than of your buoyant force in your air. That means with the rise in temperature, the upthrust will decrease and weight of the body in the liquid will be increasing. So this is a very important point. With the rise in temperature, upthrust decreases and weight of the body in the liquid will be increased. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना सभी को?
Yes, sir.
So फिर से एक बार देख लो बेटा. If you have any doubt, you please let me know. First हम लोग बात कर रहे थे हम लोग force और buoyancy के बारे में. Buoyancy is nothing but equal to what beta? Weight of the liquid or weight of the body which is being displaced. So buoyancy is exactly equal to the weight of a displaced liquid. So upthrust is equals to volume immersed density of liquid into G. In the same way for flotation, buoyant force must be equal to weight of the body. ये logic भी याद रखना है. Then apparent weight. Apparent weight means weight of the solid when immersed in the liquid is called as apparent weight. So weight in air is mg, weight in liquid is mg minus upthrust. Yani upthrust will be equal to how much beta? Weight in air minus weight in liquid. In this case, solid is immersed completely in the liquid. Matlab, volume of the liquid displaced will always be equal to what? Volume of your solid part of a relation. Is that condition clear?
Yes, sir.
Of temperature. अगर temperature increase हुआ तो upthrust क्या हो रहा? If you are increasing the temperature right now for me, so with the rise in temperature, upthrust will decrease and weight of the body will be increasing. Weight of the body will be increasing. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Let us try to do some problems. See this question. A metal ball immersed in water. A metal ball immersed in water weighs W1 at 5 degrees centigrade and W2 at 50 degrees centigrade. The coefficient of cubical expansion, the coefficient of your cubical expansion of metal is less than that of water. Then first option, W1 is greater than W2. Number 2, W1 is lesser than W2. Third one, W1 is greater than W2. And fourth one, none. चलो सोच के जवाब दो इसका क्या हो सकता है. And give me the answer in mathematical way. Don't try to orally give me the answer. A metal ball is immersed in the water. कितने टेम्परेचर के पास? 5 डिग्री. 5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के पास वेट कितना है? W1 है. And it is W2 at your 50 degrees centigrade. Now you are increasing the temperature. So when you increase the temperature, what happens to the weight? When it is in air, it is W1.
Second option.
Yes.
अभी बताया मैंने यहाँ पर. With rise in temperature, upthrust decreases and weight of the body in the liquid will be increasing, and a buoyant force will be lesser than of your buoyant force in the air. यानी W dash will be lesser than of your W dash in the water. यानी देखो, अगर W1 लिख रहा हूं मैं, W1 will be equal to mg minus of your buoyant force. So that will be equal to your W2 will be equal to how much बेटा? W2 will be कितना होगा बताओ जल्दी से, क्या आंसर हो सकता है? A metal ball is immersed in the water at W1 at 5 degrees centigrade and W2 at 50 degrees centigrade. When you increase the temperature, buoyant force will decrease. Isn't it? Buoyant force will decrease. Obviously, the weight of the body will be increasing.
Increasing.
So W1 will be greater than W2.
W2.
W1 will be greater than W2 or W2 is greater than W1?
Second option, sir.
Second option, W1 will be lesser than of your W2 because W2 will be greater than of your W1. Is that clear? Because gamma of your body is lesser than gamma of your liquid. So obviously W2 will be greater than of your W1. Isn't it? That means W1 be lesser than of your W2. Second option will be the answer for this. Hi, sabhi ko. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. आया sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
चलो.
Clear, sir. Clear, sir.
Question better. An aluminum sphere is dipped into water at 10 degrees centigrade. If temperature is increased, the force of your buoyancy क्या होगा बताओ? Number 1, will increase, number 2 will decrease, number 3 remains constant, and number 4 may increase or decrease, may increase or decrease.
Decrease.
क्या हो जाएगा बताओ?
Decrease.
Decrease, sir.
पक्का?
Decrease. Yes, sir.
It will be decreasing. फोर्स ऑफ
Yes.
द बायोन फोर्स क्या हो जाएगा? डिक्रीज होगा. अभी बताया ना मैंने यहाँ पर.
Yes, sir.
Rise in temperature, अपथ्रस्ट क्या हो जाएगा? डिक्रीज हो जाएगा.
Yes.
And weight of the body in the liquid will be increasing. So that means the force of the buoyancy will decrease. The force of the buoyancy will decrease in the given condition. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Next question देखो बेटा. It's a very important model. A solid whose volume does not change, with temperature, floats in liquid. First off, for two different temperatures, T1 and T2 of the liquid, fractions F1 and F2, fractions and F1 and F2 of the volume of the solid remains submerged in liquid. Okay. The coefficient of volume expansion, the coefficient of your volume expansion of liquid is equal to, first option is F1 minus F2 divided by F2 into your T1 minus F1 into your T2. Second option is F1 minus of your F2 divided by F2 into T1 minus F2 into your T2. And third one is F1 plus of your F2 divided by F2 T1 plus F1 T2. And fourth option is F1 plus of your F2 divided by F1 T1 plus F2 T2. Read the question carefully, beta. First, read the question carefully and see what exactly is the data he has given for me. We got a solid, beta, whose volume does not change with the temperature. तो मेरे पास एक ऐसा solid है जिसका volume is not going to change with the temperature. Is floating in a liquid. Is floating in the liquid. For two different temperatures, T1 and T2. जब temperature T1 था, तो fraction which was immersed in the water was F1. जब temperature T2 को चले गया, then the same body is being submerged by F2. So for two different temperatures, T1 and T2 of the liquid, fractions F1 and F2 of the volume of the solid remain submerged in the liquid. The coefficient of volume expansion of the liquid is equals to your how much? फ्रैक्शन कैसे लिखते हैं कल ही बताया था मैंने आप लोग को. पहले वेट बताओ कैसे लिखोगे. वेट कितना हो जाएगा? वेट इज इक्वल्स टू मास इनटू जी. मास इज इक्वल्स टू व्हाट? वॉल्यूम इनटू डेंसिटी. वॉल्यूम इनटू डेंसिटी एट ए टेम्परेचर T1 मान के चलो, और इनटू जी. कितना फ्रैक्शन इनसाइड था? मान के चलो F1. वेट तो चेंज नहीं हो रहा. दिस इज माय फर्स्ट केस. सेकंड केस में जब आपने टेम्परेचर चेंज कर दिया वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी तो सेम है, बट डेंसिटी चेंज हो जाएगा विद द टेम्परेचर, जी वैल्यू भी सेम रहेगा, और फ्रैक्शन हो गया F2. Weight is equals to m into g, mass is equals to volume into density. Density changes with the temperature, तो density T1 है, density T2 है, g and g same हो गया, fraction in this one is F1, fraction in this one is their F2. दोनों का weight same है because it is not changing, so equating 1 and 1 part of relation. So equating equation 1 and equation 2. So I can write here from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2. Both the cases weights are same, volume gets cancelled, g and g gets cancelled, so I can write here density at your T1 into your fraction F1 is equals to density at your T2 into your fraction F2. So density का फॉर्मूला क्या था बताओ जल्दी से, density का फॉर्मूला क्या है, rho naught divided by 1 plus gamma
1 plus
into
gamma
T1 into your fraction हो गया ये F1, that is equals to, this one is your rho naught divided by 1 plus gamma into it temperature of T2 into fraction हो गया मेरे पास F2. क्लियर है सभी को? तो इसमें क्या क्या करते हुए दिखाई दे रहा है, ये रो नॉट और ए रो नॉट तो चले गया, तो ये बन गया कितना 1 प्लस, दिस विल बिकम हाउ मच 1, ये इधर आ जाएगा, सो इट इज 1 प्लस गामा इंटू योर T2 इंटू योर F1 is equals, ये इधर चले जाएगा, so this is 1 plus gamma into your T1 into your F2. क्लियर है? all the gamma terms को एक जगह ले लो, so all the gamma terms को एक जगह ले लो right now, so if I multiply this one, this will become for me F1 plus this one is gamma into your T2 into your F1 is equals to, ये हो गया F2 plus ये हो गया gamma into your F2 into your T1. तो all the gamma terms you take on one side, so I am taking
F1
this
minus
one on
F2.
this side, और ये F2 को इधर ले लो, तो ये जब बन जाएगा मुझे F1 minus of your F2 is equals to gamma will be common, तो ये हो गया F2 into your T1 minus of your F1 into your T2 आ गया, देखो सभी को इसमें कॉमन था, so it is F2 into your T1 minus of your F1 into your T2 part of relation, तो गामा कॉमन हो गया, तो गामा की वैल्यू निकालना अपने को, सो गामा वैल्यू इज
First option, sir.
F1 minus of your F2 divided by this one is your F2 into T1 minus F1 into your T2, so this is the value of your gamma. आया सभी को? So which option is matching with this one बेटा?
First option.
क्लियर है सभी को? क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
पक्का?
Yes, sir.
पक्का sir.
क्लियर है? कैलकुलेशन पार्ट भी क्लियर है ना, जो मेथड मैंने किया ये भी समझ में आया ना सभी को?
Yes, sir.
वेरी गुड.
Yes, sir.
और एक क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं बेटा, दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन बेटा. when a block of iron, when a block of iron floats in mercury, mercury is represented by Hg, at your 0 degree centigrade, okay, a fraction k1 of its volume, k1 of its volume is submerged while at the temperature 60 degrees centigrade, a fraction k2 is seen to be submerged. Okay, first off, if the coefficient of volume expansion, if the coefficient of volume expansion of your iron is gamma times of your Fe and that of mercury is gamma times of your Hg, then the ratio k1 by k2 can be expressed as ठीक है ना. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, ट्राई करो जैसे प्रीवियस मॉडल किया था ना उसी तरह से करना है. लेट मी सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू कैन गिव मी द आंसर. When a block of iron floats in a mercury at 0 degree centigrade, a fraction K1 is being inserting in the given condition. एक मिनट मैं जरा इसको उस पे ले लेता हूँ. क्वेश्चन देख लो बेटा सभी को. When a block of iron floats in mercury at 0 degree centigrade, a fraction K1 of its volume is submerged, while at the temperature 60 degrees, a fraction K2 is being seen to be submerged. If the coefficient of your volume expansion of iron is gamma of Fe and that of your mercury is gamma of Hg, then the ratio of your K1 by K2 can be expressed as. Can anyone tell me? सेम प्रीवियसली कैसे करे तो वैसे ही करना है. इससे पहले वॉल्यूम सेम था बेटा. यहाँ पर ये क्वेश्चन में क्या था देखो, बेसिकली द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द सॉलिड रिमेन सेम, लेकिन यहाँ पर वॉल्यूम कितना है, एक के जगह वॉल्यूम 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड है, अनदर के पास वॉल्यूम है 60 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड लेना आपने. सो वी नीड टू गेट द आंसर इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर वॉल्यूम्स पार्ट ऑफ रिलेशन. मैं इसके ऑप्शंस दे देता हूँ. देखो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज गिवन फॉर मी, गिवन कंडीशंस राइट नाउ फॉर मी लाइक दिस. इट इज 1 plus 60 times of gamma of your iron divided by 1 plus 60 times of gamma of your mercury. And second option for this one is given as 1 minus 60 gamma times of your iron divided by 1 plus 60 gamma times of your mercury. And third option is 1 minus 60 gamma times of your iron divided by 1 minus 60 gamma times of mercury. And fourth one is 1 plus 60 gamma times of your iron divided by 1 plus 60 gamma times of your mercury. चलो जल्दी से बताओ. सेम जैसे प्रीवियसली लिखा था ना वैसे. वेट विल बी इक्वल टू m into g, mass is equals to volume into density. Volume at 0 degree centigrade, density at 0 degree centigrade, fraction कितना दे रखा है K1 into acceleration due to gravity g. Isn't this is my at 0 degree centigrade. उसी तरह से weight of the body at 60 degree centigrade, that means volume at your 60 degree centigrade, density at your 60 degree centigrade, fraction is your K2 into your g. This is your 2. From 1 and 2 again, from 1 and 2 दोनों का weight सेम है. अगर दोनों को इक्वेट कर दूं तो क्या क्या कैंसिल हो जाएगा देखो बेटा. g and g कैंसिल हो जाएगा right now for this one. So what I'll be writing right on this one, V naught rho naught into your K1 is equals to volume at 60 degree centigrade, density at your 60 degree centigrade into your K2. अपने को चाहिए क्या था यहाँ पर, K1 by K2. तो K1 by K2 निकाल लो इसमें से. अगर मैं K1 by your K2 अगर लिखूं तो ये हो गया वॉल्यूम एट योर 60 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, डेंसिटी एट योर 60 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड डिवाइडेड बाय वॉल्यूम एट 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, डेंसिटी एट योर 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. इसको सिंप्लीफाई करके लिख लो, विल गेट द आंसर फॉर दिस वन. सो दिस विल बी इक्वल टू योर K1 divided by your K2 is equals to. So the first one is right now density at your volume at your 60 degree centigrade. Volume at 60 degree centigrade कैसे लिखोगे बेटा, V naught into 1 plus gamma of your iron into temperature कितना है मेरे पास 60 divided by V naught into density at your 60 degree centigrade. Density at 60 degree centigrade का फॉर्मूला क्या है बेटा, we are having the density at 60 degrees का फॉर्मूला. This will become for me rho naught divided by, this will become for me rho naught divided by 1 plus gamma of your mercury into your 60, isn't it? So divided by your rho. ठीक है, तो क्या हो जाएगा देखो, ये नीचे आ जाएगा. तो ये V naught गेट्स कैंसिल, ये रो नॉट और ये रो नॉट ऑल्सो गेट्स कैंसिल. तो बना कितना मेरे को जल्दी से बताओ. सो K1 डिवाइडेड बाय योर K2 विल बी इक्वल टू, कुछ और करते हुए दिखाई दे रहा. So this will be equal to how much for me beta, 1 plus 60 times of gamma of your mercury divided by 1 plus 60 times of gamma of your mercury. First one is iron, next one is nothing but mercury. So this will be your answer for this. K1 by your K2 is equals to 1 plus 60 times of gamma of your iron divided by 1 plus 60 times of your gamma of your mercury. So which option is matching there, beta? First option. Clear as a Beko? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
बस पूरे प्रॉब्लम्स अभी यही लेवल के रहेंगे, but only thing is you need to take little bit of your care while writing the equations and simplifications. Otherwise, everything is nothing but only with the small calculations you can do the problems related to this one. Another and small topic is left out in this one is about your apparent, what do you call that, anomalous expansions of your liquid. I hope you everyone remember that anomalous expansion. बेटा क्या कंडीशन है, किसी की याद है? बोलो जल्दी से.
डेंसिटी एट 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस ज्यादा ही रहती सर.
One last topic in this one is your anomalous expansion of water. Anomalous expansion of your water. ये देखो बेटा, if you can remember this graph, you can write any type of a problems बेटा. यहाँ पर है मेरे पास density on y-axis and on x-axis we are taking your temperature in degree centigrade. We are taking the temperature in your degree centigrade. और डेंसिटी हम लोग ले रहे हैं यहाँ से सम अराउंड ये हो गया 99.6 से लेते यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ से यहाँ तक जा रहे हैं एंड डेंसिटी इज रीचिंग फॉर मी 1000. मान के चलो दिस वन इज नथिंग बट ऑफ योर 1000 एंड यूनिट फॉर द डेंसिटी इज नथिंग बट व्हाट बेटा kg पर योर मीटर क्यूब. ये हो गया अपने पास 1000 यानी 999.6 999.7 ये हो जाएगा 999.7 999.8 ये हो गया 999.9 and this one is nothing but of your 1000. ठीक है, ये हो गया मेरे पास 1000. So ग्राफ जो है ना बेसिकली इन दिस वन वी आर गेटिंग समथिंग लाइक दिस 999.8 और 999 पॉइंट के पास दिस विल बी द टेम्परेचर यानी 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड और ये हो गया मेरे पास 0 और उसके बाद ये हो गया 2 और उसके बाद ये हो गया 4 देन उसके बाद 6 देन उसके बाद 8 देन उसके बाद 10. From 0 to 4 degree centigrade you generally find the densities will
Increase.
be slowly increasing. So slowly increasing हुआ up to 4 degree centigrade. Then after 4 degree centigrade जैसे जैसे आपने temperature बढ़ाया then the density of this one is found to be decrease. The density of this one is found to be decrease for the given condition. That means we have been found that density we are having maximum density. We are having maximum density at your 4 degree centigrade, isn't it? So generally what happens, volume of a substance increases on heating and decreases on your cooling. Generally हम लोग जब लिखते हैं basically in general हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, the volume of substance, the volume of your substances increases, volume of your substances increases on your heating, increases on your heating and decreases on your cooling, and decreases on cooling, but water is having very peculiar nature beta. But water when heated, but water when heated from 0 degree Celsius to 4 degrees centigrade, its volume is found to be decreasing. Its volume is found to be decreasing. See here the graph. When density increases, because density is equals to mass by volume, na beta. If from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, if density is increasing, obviously what is happening to the volume? Volume is decreasing. From 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, the volume decreases. Volume decreases. and increases from 4 degrees centigrade and increases from 4 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees or above, whatever it may be. So this usual behavior of water from 0 to 4 degrees is known as of your anomalous expansion of your liquid. Is the condition clear? That is the only thing you need to remember in this graph, because from 0 to 4 density is slowly increasing. When density is been increasing, volume will be decreasing, because this is the for water we are talking about. So density of the water is increasing from 0 to your 4, then volume will also decreases from 0 to your 4, and it reaches to the maximum here, right? Then afterwards the density is decreasing, so volume is increasing. This peculiar behavior of the water from 0 to 4 and 4 to 100 is called as of your anomalous expansion of your liquid. It's called as of what? Anomalous expansion of your liquid. I hope you got an idea related to this one. That is the reason the aquatic animals which have been present in the cold countries are able to survive. That is the reason the aquatic animals, whatever have been taken, they will be surviving. If I need to write in one word, I can write the answer like this, something like this. From 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, then from 4 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade. So it will be, first one is contracts. It will be contract. And from 4 degrees to your 100 degrees centigrade, it will be your expands. Now reverse of this one, see, from 100 degrees centigrade to your 4 degrees centigrade, when it is coming, it will get a contract because temperature is decreasing. But from 4 to 0 degrees centigrade, what is happening? The water will be expanding. The water will be expanding. And water has maximum density or minimum volume at 4 degrees centigrade. What is the 4 degrees centigrade, beta? 4 degrees centigrade. I can write this one as 277 Kelvin, or it can also be taken as of your 39.2 degree Fahrenheit. Don't get confused. Instead of 4 degrees centigrade, if you give in options 277 Kelvin or 39.2 degree, that are one and the same, because water is having maximum density at 4 degrees centigrade or 277 Kelvin we can write, or it is 39.2 degree Fahrenheit. Is that condition clear? Now if I need to draw the volume versus temperature graph, कोई बता सकता है क्या हो जाएगा? अगर if I'm taking volume here and here I'm taking the temperature, isn't it? So what is happening? Volume will decrease up to what? 0 degrees centigrade. Then from 0 to this one, it will be increased. So this is your volume versus temperature. This up to 4 degrees centigrade. From 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, volume decreases. Again, from 4 to your some any temperature, it will be increasing. It will be increasing. Is that clear for everyone? That is the reason in the cold countries, अगर हम लोग देखोगे basically in the ponds, the upper layer is generally formed with your ice. Upper layer, if you see it in the cold countries, you might be seeing a thick layer of your ice might have been formed on this one. So upper layer is having your ice. Temperature is here right now minus 8 degrees centigrade, minus some theta degree centigrade I'll take. So this is your ice property. So ice is at your 0 degrees centigrade. Okay. So if it is 0 degrees centigrade, I can write here right now. Inside this is your water. This is your total water. All aquatic animals which have been present in this one, the fishes or maybe any other animals which have been present in that one, they are able to survive because water is having a peculiar nature, that is at 4 degrees centigrade or at your 277 Kelvin. It will always exist in terms of your water. Where it is 0 degrees centigrade. So when it is 0 degrees centigrade, that means this will be what temperature, beta? 273 Kelvin. So the upper layer is nothing but ice. From 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, it will be 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, it will be contracting. Again, from your 4 to your 0 degrees centigrade, it will be your expanding. That peculiar nature of the water is making the aquatic animals to survive even in the cold countries where the upper layer is completely formed with your ice part of relation. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear for everyone? So that was about your expansion of your solids part of relation. Is that clear for everyone? I hope everyone got an idea related to this one. Okay, na? So let me give you one small application beta. Let me know whether you can able to give me the answer or not for this one. Tell me the answer, thinking it very careful. We got two vessels. Got two vessels, A and B. A and B completely filled with water. Completely filled with water at 4 degrees centigrade. if vessel A is cooled, if vessel A is cooled and vessel B is heated, vessel B is heated, what is your inference? That means what is your observation, I mean to say. He has given some statements, but you can just tell me what will be your statement from this one.
Both overflow.
Both the vessels, A and B, whatever I'm taking right now, both the vessels in this given conditions are completely filled with water at your 4 degree centigrade. एक वेसल को हम लोग ने कूल किया, अदर वेसल को हम लोग ने हीट किया, तो क्या होगा?
दोनों भी ओवरफ्लो होंगे सर.
No, what is?
Both the cases it expands, na? Yeah, very good.
Yes, sir.
In both cases it expands. Clear है ना सभी को?
Yes, sir.
Because at 4 degrees centigrade, when you cool it, it will contract.
Yes, sir.
Water क्या होगा? 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड को अगर कूल कर रहे हैं तो क्या होगा? कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा कि एक्सपैंड होगा?
Expand.
एक्सपैंड. वेरी गुड. बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग फ्रॉम 4 to 0. यहाँ पर देखो 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड से 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड कर रहे हैं तो आप एक्सपैंड हो जाएगा. अब उसके बाद हम लोग ने क्या किया? इफ ए इज कोल्ड एंड वेसल बी इज हीटेड, अगर हम लोग ने वेसल बी को हम लोग हीट कर दिए, इफ यू एम हीटिंग फ्रॉम 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड, हियर आल्सो इट इज एक्सपैंडिंग. इन बोथ द केस इट इज एक्सपैंडिंग. अगर दोनों वेसल 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड है, अगर दोनों को भी हम लोग हीट कर रहे हैं, बेसिकली वन को कूल कर रहे हैं, अनदर को हीट कर रहे हैं. अगर कूल कर रहे हैं तो एक्सपैंड होगा, अनदर को हीट कर रहे हैं तो वो भी एक्सपैंड होगा. इन बोथ द केसेस इट विल बी एक्सपैंडिंग. In both the cases it will be expanding. I hope everyone has got that idea, beta.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Very good. So this question लिख लो और एक. A sphere of density d, or rho मान के चलो, anything is fine. Weighs W1 in air. Weighs W1 in air. When suspended in a liquid, at T1 degree centigrade, its weight is equals to W2. If liquid is heated to T2 degree centigrade, its weight becomes W3. Then relation between W1 comma W2 and W3 is dash. चलो जल्दी से बताओ. तीनों के केसेस आप लोग ड्रॉ कर लो अपने हिसाब से. जब से बोले से चीज को मैं खाली घुमा फिरा के लिखा. स्मार्ट बच्चा आराम से बोल देना चाहिए था.
W1 greater than W3 greater than W2.
वेरी गुड. आता है सभी को? कैन यू एक्सप्लेन बेटा? क्या हुआ? देखो बेटा, स्फीयर ऑफ डेंसिटी D, वेज W. मान के चलो ये एक स्फीयर है, ये ऐसा लटक रहा, एयर के अंदर है. तो जब वेट कितना था? W1, एयर के अंदर था. अब इसी को मैंने क्या कर दिया? वाटर के अंदर डाल दिया. इसको हम लोग ने वाटर के अंदर डाल दिया ऐसा। तो अब ये क्या हो जाएगा W2। अब थर्ड वन में हम लोग ने क्या किया, वही वाटर को हम लोग ने अब हीट कर दिया, इस वाटर को हम लोग ने अब हीट कर दिया, तो वाटर का टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया। वाटर को तो गुस्सा आ गया, आपने हीट कर दिया इसको, तो जब इसने बोला कि मेरे पास वेट अब ये W बता W, तो ऑब्वियसली जब एयर में रहेगा तो सबसे ज्यादा होगा, वो तो मुझे मालूम है। अब यहाँ पर इन दोनों में किसके पास ज्यादा होगा ये बताना अपने पास, W2 के पास या W3 के पास।
W3
क्योंकि यहाँ पर वाटर को अगर आप इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, तो मैंने अभी बताया था, देखो यहाँ पर लिखा था कहीं पर, अगर आपने वाटर को इंक्रीज किया विद रेज इन टेम्परेचर, अब थ्रस्ट क्या हो जाएगा, डिक्रीज हो जाएगा। अब थ्रस्ट क्या हो जाएगा, डिक्रीज हो जाएगा। यानी अगर वाटर सेम टेम्परेचर पे होता तो आप डायरेक्टली लिखते हैं W1 इज इक्वल्स टू ग्रेटर देन W2 एंड W2 विल बी इक्वल टू W3। लेकिन यहाँ पर टेम्परेचर है T2 और यहाँ पर टेम्परेचर है T1। जब टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया तो इसका क्या हो जाएगा, अपरेंट वेट क्या हो जाएगा, बढ़ेगा कि कम होगा। Then the relation between them will be equal to how much for me? W1 will be greater than of your W3 and W3 will be greater than of your W2। बताओ क्यों? देखो मैं मैथमेटिकली भी लिखता हूँ बेसिकली। I can say that tension or weight in liquid, tension or weight in liquid कैसे लिखोगे बेटा? So weight in liquid is equals to क्या हो जाएगा, weight of your body minus of your buoyant force, होता है ना बेटा?
yes sir
करेक्टली लिखा है मैंने। ये क्या हो जाएगा, V इंटू डेंसिटी ऑफ द बॉडी इंटू G माइनस V इंटू डेंसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड इंटू G। तो इसमें से मैं क्या कॉमन लिख सकता हूं मैं, D, तो इसमें से तो G कॉमन हो जाएगा, V एंड G विल बी कॉमन, दिस विल बी D माइनस ऑफ योर रो। अगर D भी मैं कॉमन ले लिया तो डिवाइड एंड मल्टीप्लाई करो दिस कौन से, VD इंटू G, तो ये बन गया 1 माइनस रो बाई यूर D, यानी M इंटू G हो गया M इंटू G इंटू 1 माइनस रो बाई यूर D। Okay, this one is the weight in the liquid. So weight in liquid is inversely proportional to density. ठीक है ना? So when you are increasing the temperature right now, W1 will be greater than of your W3 and W3 will be greater than of your W2 part of relation. Is it clear for everyone?
yes sir
Clear है ना सभी को? Yeah. So by this we have done your completion of your expansion of liquids beta. इस पे अपने को न्यूमेरिकल्स प्रैक्टिस करना है। इन द टुमारो सेशन ऑफ ए क्लास विल मेक एक्सक्लूसिवली 1 hour सेशन फॉर योर प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ योर एक्सपेंशन ऑफ योर लिक्विड्स। पूरे मॉडल जितने भी है उसके अंदर हम लोग खत्म कर लेंगे। आप लोग इसकी थियरी आज खत्म कर लो एंड टुमारो इन द क्लास विल ट्राई टू डू द problems related to your expansion of liquids. Before that, today I'll try to just remind me, I'll try to send you the expansion of liquids का एक assignment. And please try to complete the questions from Sri Chaitanya expansion of a liquids के जितने भी solved examples है level 1, level 2, level 3 वो पूरे अपने Sri Chaitanya material में से खत्म करो। उसके बाद एक assignment मेरे को पूछो, I'll try to send you that assignment. And the tomorrow session of a class we'll try to do the problems based upon your expansion of your liquids. And for the seniors and the long term beta 315 to 415 will make a class related to your electromagnetism. कल की क्लास मैंने अपलोड कर रहा हूँ बेसिकली, वो देख लो एक बार रिवाइज कर लो and we'll try to continue the class from the today session of a class. ठीक है?
yes
Okay.
Yes sir.
Bye बेटा.
sir
Bye
thank
sir.
you sir.
Thank you, sir.